Anyway, sorry about that. So yeah, we have until the 26th of August, as of getting the message, to do what we want to do, which is about a month, because we're currently on
Counterside.
a month and a little bit, because we're on the 17th of June at the moment, and yeah, a month and a half to do what we want to do. So I mean, you know, I prepared like a speech or something about it, because I know I haven't at all been making content on the game that I wanted to, but it's still really, really important to me, and I didn't think that would be possible, because usually with these gacha games, they are by nature there just for money purposes. It's very upfront that you're not going to be buying anything that's going to be useful to you. It's just going to be get the characters and, you know, do these things and do the dailies, and pretty tedious if you're taking it seriously. And these kinds of games are only ever played on the side. They're not actually they're not that mature enough to be played as a main game on stream or at any point really. But I really enjoyed my time with this game, absolutely, because honestly, it was I'm pretty sure I've talked about this, but I'll say this for the record, in case you haven't heard. Basically, I found this game personally, obviously. I found this game on the Google Play Store because I was looking for a new anime game to play. And I hadn't heard about this at all. I had not seen any advertisements for the game. I've not heard its name pass through anyone's lips. So this was like a new thing for me. It was great. It was download it, see what it's all about. And then very quickly, it became one of my favorite anime games that I've ever played so far. And that's all down to the story. I think this game has a fucking brilliant story. Actually fucking brilliant story. And that is the thing that carries it. And that's why people care. Which I suppose that's the thing that really matters. Because obviously a lot of gacha games want to cater to phone devices, to mobile devices, to try and spread the awareness of that game as far as you possibly can. So naturally the gameplay is gonna, you know, it's gonna crumble, you know, if they make it any more than simple PNGs and they do whatever, you know, with simple gameplay. But the point of all of this is that it was a chance meeting, I think, and I have absolutely enjoyed my time with this. And now again, I didn't play this recently for the past few months nearly as much as I wanted to, because as one might guess, life happens and your attention and stuff gets put to other things. But yeah, after seeing this, it did feel the announcement itself did make me feel a bit of regret, because there's so much to this that I could have covered and I didn't. But I think I'll just try and cover the most important bits while we go through this last month and a bit of the game's lifespan. So here I am on the game, and I think we're gonna be given a shit ton of quartz to just go, you know, do whatever the hell we want, because obviously the game's not gonna be here for much longer. Oh, dude. But yeah, small gratitude. Okay, it's kind of bittersweet, really. Administration support package, yeah. I wish they would have done that at an earlier point, not when the game was about to die. That would have been nice. And yeah, you can get whatever the fuck you want, and the prices are way, way down. Yes, the last main chapter has been released for a while. I haven't actually gotten there because I'm on episode 11. And I've been on episode 11 for the longest time. I've still got 12, especially 13, especially 14. These are really long chapters. Really, really long. And then, obviously, I've got episode 15 too. So there is a chance that I may make it to episode 15 before the game ends. But we'll see. Because, you know, I haven't actually built anything but much. Apparently, I've still not done things. Oh, yeah. A hero is coming. Yeah, because of Awakened Jake's gear and things like that. But yeah, it's been a wonderful game to play. And I think what I will do is I'm going to be playing it, as I may have mentioned, we're going to be playing it as much as I can throughout this past month, just so that I can get all the content, just so that I can get all the story done. Because I'm currently trying to save as many stories as I possibly can, record the entire narrative of every substream and mainstream, and then, you know, try and save them to the channel, because it's worth remembering, really. I'm aware that other people are doing it as well. There's a separate archive that has done all the mainstream, all the main episodes of the story, but I'm doing this more for me too, because it's more about just doing the story. It's about like the state of my account at the time. I should probably, I don't know, do I really want to? I don't know. I really don't know. Just pulling for people, because it doesn't matter anymore. Not in the slightest. But I quite enjoyed it. Yeah. It's funny because I would like to say I was a day one global player, but I really wasn't. I came a little bit later than that. I think I was the first month that it was alive, the global was there for. First month, and that's when Hilda was already the first awakened on the banner. The awakened banner. First awakened, I think. And I know that the second one was Mina. I don't remember what the third one was, but yeah. It was crazy, honestly. I have been through a little bit of the game's history too. I mean, I was there pre-Origin, which was, I think, in general, can I just say, like, pre-Origin UI was actually more unique. It felt, I don't know what it was, but it felt better than post-Origin. Especially because they changed stuff that didn't really make sense. For example, they removed, post-Origin, they removed the ability to get copies for the units and use them to fuse the character that you already had. So if you had the character X, you had copies for that, you can't use those copies to limit break that character. You have to use fucking a stupid currency to do that with, which is so stupid. And that has been one of the biggest downsides of the update. I hated when they did that. Because that meant all your copies were basically useless. You could trade them in for like, if I just do this example, you could trade them in for these business cards, but all you really do is just buy fusion cores with them, and even then, that's not great because you can just go and farm for them now, because there are ways to farm for fusion cores. There you go. This is more of a this was like episode 13 or 14 that this got added, which should have been here, I think, for the beginning, because with the higher requirements, it meant that you would have needed more resources. But yeah, I mean, this has been pretty decent by itself, and I don't feel that recycling copies gives you enough of an incentive to get the fusion cores there. I mean, it is free, yes, but I would have preferred it if it just did the limit break thing. But aside from that, there really I can't really say too much, because I know I have been through some of the big changes to PvP. I mean, I remember when I got my first counterpass, the one that I actually bought was for Replace the King, because at the time he was actually kind of insane. Apart from some specific circumstances, because you could just place him down, you place soldiers down, and it would be basically impossible. His thing is that the more soldiers die around him, his punches have more range. So he could, I think at max range, he could hit you from halfway up the map, and he would be fine. So like the soldiers would be tanking all the damage, and he would just be the damage dealer, even though he's a defender himself. But obviously, then the game changed and he was no longer that good. But I remember getting Replace the King on the counter pass, and he was so good. I felt so amazing. I felt like a unit worth investing into. It's sad though, because I'm not gonna get the skin for him. Oh wait, I do have the skin for him. Oh, I completely forgot. Oh, cool. Hell yeah. Okay, that's cool. I mean, come on now. That is cool. But yeah, I remember that. And yeah, the game progressed quite a bit. I remember when Shun came out. Oh my god, I was so excited to get Shun. Is so good. Honestly, I still enjoy using him. He's not that good anymore, but it can be a good offhand striker, just to like to surprise your enemy. It can be fun. But otherwise, it's it's been off and on for loads of time, and I don't really have much to say about the game, about like my personal experiences playing it, other than I really love it, and I think I've put that across. I have put quite a bit of time into this game. I mean, on Steam, my hours are I am just below 1,000 hours on this game, and this is not while leaving the game on as well. So I've actually been playing and trying to grind and actively engaging with the product instead of just leaving it on. So I think for a gacha game, that's huge. I think the only other game that I spent that much time on, or even more, was Genshin Impact, because I know I played that, yeah, and I spent a lot of time trying to complete everything. But to be fair, that's when I played with a group of people, which made it even better and a lot easier. So, oh dear, yeah, there's a lot to do. So I really enjoy this game, and I'm glad I played it. I'm glad I got the opportunity to. I'm glad I found it. It's been such a fantastic little gem of a game. So now that I've sentimentalities out the way, I wanted to just briefly go over the announcement that got made on Steam. Well, it's on Steam, but it got reposted to Steam. And then I'll talk about what I'm going to be doing for this amount of time while the game's open. So the announcement, the big thing about this announcement is that they said that they're going to be doing a reboot-ish of this universe. And honestly, I don't know if that's a good idea or not, because as reboots tend to go, they do lack, because a reboot is not supposed to be the same as the original, but it has an essence of sorts that they share, right, between the original and the reboot, but the reboot like evolves in a different way. And I don't think that the reboot is going to be nearly as good as the Counterside we've got right here, because the story was just so good. It was so well written. Like we're doing one of the sub streams, doing one of the Pridwin sub streams. I legitimately cried while playing that. It was absolutely fantastic. But I just don't think we're going to get that with this, because with the IP changing hands, the vision is going to be different, and I think that it's going to be too dissimilar and too dissociated from the original product that you're not going to feel that it's of a worthy, like, I wouldn't call it a successor necessarily. Perhaps I could maybe say that, but it's not even on equal grounds than with the original Counterside. So I have no idea what they're going to be doing, obviously, but if anything, they really need to think about what they're going to do with this and make sure not to fuck this up, because this may not even come to fruition. And small tangent, I don't know if you've already noticed, but yeah, small tangent. The game that they're working on at the moment, which is Star Savior, which I have been playing of a bit, that has not done very well, because while it's meant to be a continuation of it, it's kind of based in the same universe for many different reasons. I'll probably like compare all the differences in a video, but the main issue is that there's not enough content in the game. They can't actually do things in it. So what ends up happening is that they just don't play it, and the story is very mid, as far as I can tell. Is way worse than this, and it's a direct comparison, because they did, like, obviously B-Side did a collaboration with it itself, with its two different IPs. So obviously, as you will see in the Star Savior videos that I will do, is that yes, you'll get the Counterside some Counterside characters, and apparently there's more coming, but it's just the whole point is that the game itself is so much worse than this. Star Savior is at the moment in a worse state than Counterside was when not long after it launched, right? So it's very likely they're going to be losing a ton of money, and they may not even get to the reboot project, considering that there's been, I don't know how true this is, but apparently an anime was planned for Counterside before Origin, but since Origin, hands changed, like the anime got put to the side because of the change of hands, and then it never got, you know, never got made. And that's a huge shame, because I know I've talked about the fact that Counterside deserves an anime, but that's a conversation in itself, and that's a huge tangent, not related to this. But yeah. Also another thing is that yeah, Cafe Strega, the shop in Korea, which is a physical place, that's also going to be going away too, which is such a shame because I was so wanting to visit that place. I just never got the opportunity to. But I understand it's a sad thing. But that was the only place where you could get merchandise of the game. You had to actually go to Korea to do that. But I've seen the kind of things that they sell, and it's so good. I really wish that they had something online at least that you could go and visit. But yeah, it's that's just a small thing. But that's the big thing. The reboot is the big thing. And I don't think that if they don't, I mean, Star Savior is going downhill. If they don't play it right, they won't even get a chance to do the reboot. That's what I have to say about that. But yeah, so aside from that, what am I going to be doing for the game? Basically, I am in the process of recording sub-streams, and I'll be posting them as often as I can, and once I've done them, I will also try and complete as much of the content as possible, do the last few challenges and stuff like that, and maybe even do a last bit of PvP, because why not? Maybe stream some PvP at the end of the day, and then that'll be it, you know? But my focus is on the story. I will be trying to cover that as much as possible so that I have as many sub-streams and main streams as I can. But yeah, that's the state of things going forward. I know I've been yapping for quite a bit, but this is important to me. I know I need to do this, and again, I regret not doing this as often as I should. I've missed out on a ton of content. I have kept saying that. I'm still in this loop, and I've not changed, I know. But whatever, it's over now, so it doesn't matter. Regardless, though, with my 335,000 Eternium, I'm going to be using all this 100%. I'm going to be bidding you farewell for this video. This is just obviously, this is just a prelude to what's going to come and to sort things out, sort out my feelings with the game and stuff. But I don't feel like I should be mentioning anymore because I think I've said all I can say. So thanks for watching. I think I will be transitioning to Star Savior as well, and Uma Musume as well, because I took as of this video, I took like a month break from it because of real life stuff that happened, but I'll be getting back into that, and I'll be hopefully regularly posting content of that. So yeah, that's the plan. But other than that, hopefully we'll see you around sometime. Cheers.